Hi guys, I am John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we're looking at 100 Bullets, issue 3, but before we do that, yesterday I had said the card, the Amazon, was the Queen of Wands. It's the Queen of Swords. Today we have the Knight of Swords, Conan the Barbarian. He's just called the Barbarian, but let's face it, Conan made the cut. World Fantasy Tarot deck. That's pretty fucking sick. Anyhow, here we go. 100 Bullets, number 3. Dizzy Cordova on the cover. So this is the culmination of the past 2 issues, which had honestly kind of matched my mood. Here's Dizzy in church. We're not going to talk about Ric Flair over here. That's a toy. And Agent Shepard comes in and shows up. He is the guy who bailed her out of jail, not her brother. He used to work for Agent Graves. Now he is, basically what has happened is Shepard has taken Graves' place with the establishment, the 13 families. I know there's a name for them in this, and I don't remember what it is. But essentially the Illuminati, the powers that be. Shepard works for them. Graves has become something of a loose cannon operating in and around the nation state. These guys seem to be US based as opposed to international. Today things would be a little bit different, but this is 2001, 1999 as a matter of fact. Dizzy is hearing some hard truths from Shepard here that she does not want to know. He hasn't told her everything, but he's just checking in on with her and asking why she hasn't. She believes that her job is to execute those cops. Shepard doesn't really want her to do anything. See, we still don't know anything about Croatoa yet, and that all these people Graves is dealing with were mind control experiments. They were all MK Ultra Manchurian candidates. Dizzy does not know that about herself, but it includes her too. Shepard is giving her there's a lot of back and forth here where he doesn't really answer any questions. He doesn't really make any statements. He just introduces himself and lets her know that people are watching and what she does matters. As she leaves the church, I'm spacing on these guys' names. Morgan and Zwerski are the cops. They remind me of Switek and Zito from Miami Vice, because I've been watching that the past couple months. And they are about as crooked cops get. They tell her to get in, and they explain that they're not asking, can do it the easy way or the hard way. They want to know where she got the gun, who gave it to her, and they're trying to convert her to their organization, their team, their crew. They are crooked cops. And in this issue, we find out what her little brother has going on, why he's such a big player, etc., etc. Dizzy naturally doesn't trust anyone, as she can't, not in her position. Everyone she knows has lied to her, manipulated her, and in some way, I don't want to say condescended to her, but even her mom was giving her crap. Everyone she knows is looking to play her, and she's not interested. She doesn't want anything to do with any of it. She's living her own personal hell because her husband and child have been murdered. What these cops are about to tell her is that her husband had never given up. She believes that he went legit. They're telling her that no, he didn't. He did not go legit. He was still pulling the strings. And her little brother is about to confirm all that for her. I'm sort of breezing through this because there's a lot of subtext. You're never quite sure what anyone is saying in this comic. This is a very well-written comic. None of the dialogue is on the nose. All of the dialogue is subtext except for Dizzy. She is the only character you can trust because She is trying to sort this out. This is a mystery. It's a noir thriller, but it's a mystery, right? So they drop her off, and her brother pulls her gun on her and points it at her head, asks her where she got it. Her brother is now talking smack to her like he is the boss. This is her younger brother who thinks he knows everything. That's another interesting thing about this comic. Everyone believes that they are the boss. Everyone believes that they are in control. The cops believe they're in control. Emilio and Dizzy's mom believes she's calling the shots. Emilio believes he's calling the shots. His friends are just waiting for the chance to betray him and start calling the shots themselves. This is so realistic, so real world. Again, this is one of the best comics ever made for the story. Image never had anything like this. Nothing Image published ever lived up to this comic. Again, he's pointing the gun at her with ruthless abandon. He tells her that Hector was still in charge and that he set him up and that he is smarter than Hector was and that the baby wasn't supposed to get killed. She is appalled. She can't believe that he's telling her this. She's really stunned. It's the only way to say it. She's absolutely stunned that her little brother has done this to her. And now he's telling her to get in line. Everyone's demanding subservience from Dizzy, and she's not kneeling for any of them. It's really easy to put yourself in her shoes. He also explains that he is the one who went in and shot up all the OG Kings. These guys are Latin Kings in the Chicago White Sox colors. He also explains that he is the one who went in and shot up all the other guys yesterday, did it with his friends, and Dizzy mistakenly blamed the cops. He shows her all the heroin that he's been getting from the cops. The cops are busting other guys and then having Emilio deal the drugs for them. They walk out, or not even walk out, just the doors open, and the cops then take out Emilio because he runs his mouth too much. Being on top is a couple-month affair. You don't get to be king very long. And, she's freaking out. What are you doing? You're crippling him? No, we're not. We're killing him. They intend to put Dizzy in charge. They don't realize Dizzy doesn't want to be in charge. Dizzy is the only person with a soul in this comic. She's the only person with a conscience. And it's because her husband and son got killed, and she believes that God was paying her back for all the evil shit she did in her life. They are basically telling her, get on board or you're going to die with your brother right now. And even through all of it, her brother is still pretending that he's in charge, that he can fix this. And they've shot him in both knees at this point and in the shin, blown off a foot. Just want to leave the art up. Things are happening fast now. I'd complained yesterday that nothing happened, but things are happening fast now. Emilio runs his mouth too much. Dizzy, however, has her hand on Emilio's gun. Here we go. So yeah, she shoots them from under her brother's body. Everyone in this comic deserves to be killed. Everyone. There are no innocents. So everything's coming out. She executes the cops. She realizes that Emilio was in the back seat of the car when they killed her husband and son, Hector and Santiago. The cops, of course, are saying, we can still fix this. It's all right. If you kill us, there's no going back, etc., etc. Everyone thinks they're the main character. That's a really fascinating thing about life and about this comic. Everyone thinks it's their story. Same as I do, same as you do, because it is. Everything's personal if you're a person. The best line in that movie, The Fallen, with Denzel Washington, the nun says that to him, the former nun, who is now a demonologist. So she executes the cops because you have to. They killed her son and her husband. They got to go. You know, there is one thing about the subtext dialogue, none of it matters. When all the dialogue is subtext, none of it matters. The only thing that matters is what happens on screen. So now her brother, she would be well within her rights to kill him. And I think he even asks her to. Instead, she dumps the heroin on him and dials 911. So at least he'll go without pain. Calls an ambulance, and she's done. Dizzy is done with Chicago. She's got no family left. Her entire family betrayed her. There's no unity. You know, crabs in a bucket, right? There is no unity among the poor. There's really not. It's a shame. And you know what? There's no unity amongst money either. You need something more. Brilliantly illustrated. This is interesting. Dizzy walks out and Agent Shepard pulls up, offers her a ride. We got a lot to talk about. Shepard has now just recruited Dizzy. Mostly he's given her a way out that doesn't include walking home through the rain, and she doesn't want to go home anyhow. Issue number 4, coming up tomorrow. I know I'm going through this pretty quick, but 100 Bullets number 3. Hey guys, I'm John Carrick, author of Legacy of Mad Scientist, Legend of Ashley Fox, amazing science fiction, fantasy, audiobooks, novels, and ebooks for you guys to read. Amazon Smashwords right here on YouTube. Today we looked at 100 Bullets number 3. You know, despite everything, it really wasn't cathartic seeing these cops get murdered because it cost Dizzy everything. It really did. So we have a comic book for you guys here in the description, Ashley Fox Ninja Babysitter, where Ashley becomes a Valkyrie after rescuing a child from some satanic pedophiles. Really child sacrificers. Black magic sort of guys. Today's conflicted card is the 4 of Clubs. In this one, Gordon is walking home on his own and he bumps into someone who offers to keep him company. And the card says, what is the criteria to judge whether or not you allow someone to come with you? Well, it's a lot better to have them with you than to have them following you. It's a lot better to have them where you can see them instead of, somewhere else. Company's not always a bad thing. You just got to be prepared. There was a great scene in the Andor season 1. Of course, season 2's not out yet. Where after they pull off the gold heist, one of the guys offers to let Andor come in on ripping off the rest of the team, and Andor has to shoot him. He kills him because he knows he can't say no. If he says no, he's dead. So there are situations like that, especially around money. I had to watch life is weird. I remember my dad and his brother had a falling out as they grew older. Part of it was my mom. Women love to destroy their husband's friendships. is it isolates them. I've seen that over and over and over again. And it's because people are weak, people are scared, people don't have their own something, and crabs in a bucket, they're holding on to whoever is their breadwinner and isolating them. I've seen it in my own life. My girlfriends always tried to isolate me from my friends because it gives them control. They want an element of control. And it's sad, it's pathetic, it's weak. The world is what it is. You just have to deal with it as it comes at you. The show Millennium had a great line, I think it was the 3rd or 4th episode, where the main character chains from Stone Cold, what was his name? Lance Henriksen is in another FBI agent's office, and he says, "We both know necessity and convenience rule the world." Boy, if that ain't the truth. Those are the two pillars, Wacom and Boaz, necessity and convenience. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But it makes people eminently predictable. If you're not sure where someone stands, offer an incentive. You will very quickly figure out where their loyalties are. I wish I was in a better mood today. I really did like finding this barbarian card. I've said before that if you can't be happy with nothing, you can't be happy with everything. Today is definitely one of those. This past week for me, I have not been able to sort of find my bluebird of happiness like David Kelly does in K-Pax. David Kelly from The Warriors, the guy with the bottles. That was a great movie. I loved the beginning of Warriors so much. And that's something, that unity that Cyrus presents to the gangs of New York. We own these streets. How many cops are there? 2,000. There's 100,000 of us. Nothing moves without our say-so. That's the kind of unity white people need. That's the kind of unity white people need. And until we find that, we're going to continue to be besieged by these parasites, pests, death of 1,000 cuts. Locusts can eat your entire crop in an afternoon. That's what we're facing, an invasion of locusts. What are you going to do, white man? The Jew is using the black as muscle against you. What are you going to do about it, whitey? What are you going to do? Really, I hate being such a downer, and I'm trying to think of something good to say. You know what? I don't have it today. I don't have it. The half of me that is the sociopath that wrote these books, I think I'm evenly balanced in these novels between good and evil. I try to give a little bit of hope with a little bit of despair, and hopefully that's entertaining. The endings are epic. Those books, if anything else, they're epic. So that's what I've got to lean on to, is that my work is done. My work's finished. I've got more to do, but the big work, the heavy lifting is done. The ending of this story, all the buildings float. The buildings are floating over the ground city of Los Angeles. And Ashley brings down the entire orphanage, plunges it into the sea. And she has an epic fight while the buildings are falling through the sky. I'm really, really proud of that. I would love to see it animated. It'd make a great comic book, but it needs to be condensed. There's still a lot of work to do, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys are having a great weekend, making music, doing art, hanging out with friends and family. See you guys tomorrow.